We have a lot in common. Both of us, we attended college on the East Coast. You
Hmm.
live in the Bay Area. I love the Bay Area. Clearly, we're both plus size, and certainly we are both frustrated with the lack of clothing option for us as plus size children. But we were also plus size child athletes. I played tennis, I swam, I danced. I understand the leotard problem right there. And I was a
Mm-hmm.
cheerleader. As an athlete, beyond soccer, were there any other activities that got you moving in your plus size body?
Between soccer and dance, at least in the fall, I was fully booked
Mhm,
all the way through soccer season. And then I think in the spring, I also grew up a little bit out rural in sort of a farm community outside of
mhm.
Rochester, New York. So I rode my bike a
Okay,
ton.
okay.
It was the kind of place where you couldn't do anything unless you had mobility. Like once you learned how to ride a bike, you're like,
Mhm,
oh, I can get to the store downtown, or I can go see
mhm,
my friends. So I
mhm.
spent a lot of time on my bike, and then the winters are rough, so there's not much to do for 3 months of the year. But it was just a lot of and I had two sisters, so just running around making trouble.
Making trouble is always a good thing. So you mentioned that it's definitely more difficult to secure athletic clothing for plus size bodies. Um, so how many oversized adult t-shirts did you rock?
Oh my gosh.
This is just an aside. I'm always curious about that because I look
I
at my
mean,
photos.
they're like, I think it's interesting because it's like it's one of your only choices. So you're like, you know, I'm gonna wear it. But I mean, like, and then you can mess around if you're feeling, you know, maybe I'll just cut it a little bit shorter so it's not all the way to my
Mhm,
but then you're
mhm,
opening the door to like jaggedy edges and stuff. I mean, that's it. It's enormous adult size shirt that you're swimming in, right? Because it's either it's gonna be too tight or it's this, right? And then the bigger struggle was, you could always sort of make it work with oversized t-shirts, but what do you do about shorts? And like,
mhm,
what did you do about
mhm.
your cheerleading skirts?
Well, first of all, I wore an oversized t-shirt and shorts. This was when I was a kid. This is not in high
Okay.
school. This
Okay.
was a summer program, and I learned the fundamentals of cheerleading. I cheered. I think at one point I cheered for a bitty basketball team, all the things, but it was all oversized. It was
Mhm.
somebody else's
Mhm.
fit. And the issue with that, as you know, is that how do you move? You don't move as comfortably or confidently if your clothes don't fit you,
Right.
whether they're too tight or too big. So yeah, not a good place to be for sure,
No.
for sure. If you've just tuned in, you're listening to Full Body Frequency. My guest today is Pam Luck, the founder of Ember and Ace, an athletic wear line made exclusively for plus size kids with a focus on comfort and performance, unlike oversized t-shirts.